We are super excited to introduce our Mother's Day shaped shaker set. This set includes 4 different shakers, perfect for moms or grandmas or any special lady in your life. This one says mom. And this one here is a cute little handbag or purse. It has an additional detail die to add the little purse flap. You can cut that out of a different color or different paper. And my personal favorite from this set, the mixer. This one is a background die, and then this here is actually the bowl, which creates your shaker, as if you were mixing up something fun. And then here, this fun little lacy apron with some nice scallop detail on the bottom for a little feminine touch, and a pocket, should you desire, to go on the front of the apron. Now, also included in this set is a stamp set. You can see mine is already well loved, been used several times. And this particular stamp set includes sentiments that are great for thank you or even birthday or mom or grandma, Mother's Day. There's lots of different options here. This set really is versatile for more than just Mother's Day, although you do, of course, have the traditional Happy Mother's Day stamp on there as well. And let's see, you also, of course, get your foam shakers. You get 3 of each of the 4 different shakers, as well as you can see in the top right corner there, the acetate covers for those. Okay, let's take a look at some examples of these shapes in action. Here is the mixer, and you can see I have filled mine with some of our jewel toppings. Those tiny little hearts look adorable in this one. Matches the sentiment well. And we do currently have a bundle where you can buy the Mother's Day set with the jewel topping for a great price. And here's a look at the mom shaker. This die has a really pretty script font and nice scallop detail around the edges. And I've used some of our foundation dies here to make some flowers to accent it. I think those are from our foundation set 2. And I've also taken the sentiment stamp and I've curved it along the bottom there. A nice thing you can do with clear stamps is they are a little versatile in their shape, and I've curved that to match the curve on my card. Okay, and here is a look at the purse shaker. You can see I've used the additional die to cut out the pink flap on that purse for a little bit of additional interest and different color paper there. Now let's clear this away and let's make a card. Let's make the apron card together. I am using the Bring On Spring paper pad along with that apron die set and foam to make a fun Mother's Day card here. So first thing first, I've got a 4" by 5¼ piece of polka dot paper from the Bring On Spring paper pad. I'm just going to add that to the center of my card as a good background paper for my card. And then using the foundation set, I already cut out both a sentiment strip and a large banner to be kind of a home for my little apron shaker. So I'm going to add that right to the center of my card. The foundation dies give you wonderful pieces to kind of ground your shakers on, and this banner piece is one of my favorites. All right, I'm just going to pop out the center of that foam, and then this is how I like to add a background to my shakers. If I don't want it to be white or whatever my background paper is, I just stick it down on a piece of pattern paper, and then I just real fast go around the foam piece with my scissors and just fussy cut against the edge there so that I can have pattern paper be the background to my shaker instead of just, like, for example, the white banner piece. It's an easy and fast way to add some extra color or some different color inside your shakers. Okay, oh yeah, one little piece here to get off the edge. And now the inside of my shaker will match what I intend to cover it with. Okay, these are diamonds in a pretty teal color, which are now available actually by the bottle individually on our website. And I'm adding some jelly gems from one of our shaker topping sets. And these are posies, blue posies from our posy topping set. And then last will be some blue pops from the pops set. I wanted a wide variety of blue shaker items in here. And I'll just kind of evenly distribute those throughout the shaker so they don't have too many of one kind all bunched together. And now I'm just going to peel back the liner off the foam to expose the adhesive and take my pre-cut acetate window and just carefully line that up and smooth it down. And now all of my shaker embellishments are trapped inside nicely, so they can shake around freely without worrying about spilling. And now I'm going to take the pocket, and I'm using just a little bit of art glitter glue. We find that sticks really well to our acetate covers. And I'm going to glue that pocket down, as well as the blue frame that I cut already with the die to give that extra little bit of blue detail and cover up our white foam. And now my shaker is complete. I love watching the way that the shaker bits can move around inside of these shakers. They have just enough height to let them move freely and yet still hold items that are slightly more dimensional than, say, glitter or thin sequins. Okay, and you can see I've already used, again, those dies from our foundation set to cut out a whole bunch of these pattern paper flowers. And I'm just going to curl up the edges of these flowers and add them both to the pocket of my shaker and to the sides of my shaker, just to kind of have almost kind of a diagonal flow of color and interest across my card. So I'm going to add some of these on flat with just a glue dot, and others I'm going to pull in some of my dimensional foam tape and pop those up a little higher, just for a variety of heights across my card. Keep it more interesting. I'm a huge fan of texture and dimension. You hear me say that a lot in my video tutorials, but I love it. And so I'm curling the petals, I'm adding the foam tape, all because it will make my card just a little more interesting. And after I get all of my flowers curved and attached properly, then I'm going to go ahead and add centers to them. And I'm going to use our new iridescent goosebumps. They are one of my new favorite blings for 2019, because not only do they have lots of that texture, which I love, here there's a close-up of them, but they also have that iridescent shimmer. So they add a lot of visual impact when you add them to a card. So some pink gemstones, and I've got some blue for the center of my pink flowers. And then for that last little blue flower, we'll add one of these yellow iridescent goosebumps to the center of that one. Okay, next let's use our stamp set. You can see I've already pre-cut a sentiment strip from our foundation set, and I have a sentiment that fits on there perfectly. So let me just pull over my MISTI stamping tool so I can get a good impression here on this sentiment stamp. I'm going to be using some pink ink so that it will match the pink flowers and the pink polka dots on my card. And I thought about using blue, but I thought the pink would stand out a little better and not kind of blend in with the apron itself. I had so many blue toppings and things, I thought it'd be better to do pink. And stamp it one more time just for good measure, make sure we get good impression on the ends of my sentiment there. And I wanted to make sure I got my exclamation point on there too. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and use some pop dots to give it a little more height so it doesn't quite look so flat against all of the dimensional elements I have in my card. So we'll just snip a few of these these are actually from the Dollar Tree if you have a Dollar Tree nearby. The double-sided tape that they have there is really great for this kind of thing. So we'll add that now right below the apron shaker. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more bling. We now have these beautiful new tiny gemstones that you can buy as a shaker embellishment or as self-adhesive stones. And they are our jelly gems. And so I've got a couple different colors here that I'm going to sprinkle back and forth around the flowers on my card. Again, just more texture, more dimension, kind of give it that extra finishing touch. I think one of the designers who does YouTube videos with our product calls them bells and whistles. Perfect description. Give it a little extra bling, a little extra bell and whistle. Fancy up our cards just a little bit before I give them away. Let's see here. Okay, so these are, those were the pink jelly gems. Now I'm adding a little bit of the yellow jelly gems just for some color contrast. You can see that I've used up an awful lot of the pink and yellow gemstones on these sheets because they are such a favorite of mine. They add, because they're smaller than our other gemstones, they really make a nice bit of contrast to be able to add the smaller gemstones along with the larger size. All right, finishing touch here, just a little bit of twine from one of our yellow trim packages. These are new for 2019 as well. They have a combination of different types of trims, all in the same color per package. And I've used up a lot of the yellow since it's one of my favorite colors. We're just going to tie a little bow here with the baker's twine on the side of the apron strap. And now my card is all finished. You can find the Mother's Day shaped shaker set and the other supplies I used to make this card at queenandcompany.com.